back.
I'm gonna come with it out the gate.
Let's go.
I feel like there's a lot of people out in the world who are scared of failing. Like they have such a fear of failing, they have trouble being able to, you know what I'm saying, actually go and do the things they need to do in life. How do you feel about that?
Oh, man, you got to fail to win. You have to fail to win. Even when people say they don't have no losses under their belt, they fail at some point. They might not have no losses on the scorecard, but they got some losses in life. They go through some trials and tribulation. Floyd Mayweather may not lost on the scorecard, but he done lost some trials and tribulations in life. Some things had to hit him to show him where if you don't want it on the scorecard, you don't want it on in your memory, if you don't want it on your life, then you gotta go through it. You gotta fight it. You gotta beat it. Even though it don't show up on your scorecard, it show up in your life. It show up in your heart. It show up in your mind. Even though you ain't got no victory, even though you ain't got no loss on your scorecard, even though you ain't go show no losses on your scorecard. Your scorecard only show what they want to see, but you got losses in your heart. You got failure. You got something that failed you one time that you understand that you don't want to go through it. Would only show on your scorecard do not determine what you had to go through in life. A lot of us go through losses in life, but we beat them and we overcome them to where it don't hit the scorecard. That's very important.
Right. I can see that. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are preparing to do something big. They got this big vision in life. They want to go somewhere. And they come up with this whole plan. They sit there and they talk to their friends and they get this plan together.
Come on now.
And then when it's time to do it, there's always something they're not sure of. And there's something, I need this. I don't think I have enough. I think I need a better plan. I might need a camera. I might need this, that, or the other. And they never get started. So I feel like people are in their heart, what is really happening is they're scared to fail. They're scared that if they step up to that plate and do what they need to do, they're scared that they're going to fail. And they don't want they're scared of how other people look at them. Like if I go and do this and I fail, that worries them. That makes them not want to do it. So the message I have is don't be scared to fail.
Don't be scared.
Because sometimes you're going to go out and do some stuff and you're going to fail.
You're going to fail.
It's part of the process.
That's part of the process. That's part of life.
That's what makes you great.
Yeah.
Those failures.
Let me give you a perfect example. When you learned how to ride when you told your dad or your brother, anybody who showed you how to ride a bike and took off the training wheels, you didn't ride the bike without falling. When God take them training wheels off your life and you accept them in your life, guess what? You gonna fail. He know you gonna fall, but he also know that you gonna get up. He also know that you gonna recover from your fall and become better. When God take them training wheels off your life, when he trusts you in that world of what them devils, them enemies, them disguise, them words that can hurt you. He trust and believe you gonna fall, but he took them training wheels off you because he know you believe and trust in him. He know that you gonna go through it, you gonna fight through it. He took them training wheels off your life. He opened the life up to let the devil, to let the enemy, they gonna try to attack it, but you gotta know who the head of the household. You gotta know who God is. You gotta know that he everything. He ain't gonna never forsake you. God took the training wheels off my life. I was still going through the trials and tribulations, but I know if I hit my knees and I keep praying, keep giving it to God, God gonna get me through it. God got me through it. God got me here. God got me, and he gonna keep me going. Don't be afraid to fail. Take them training wheels off your life. Take them training wheels off your mind. Take them training wheels off your presence, off your future, because you're going to fall. But what you going to do in the midst of you falling, you better get your ass up and go be great. You better not stay your ass down there.
Right.
Get your ass up and go be great. Go be great. You gonna fall. You better get up. You gonna go through it. You better keep going. You gonna lose. You better keep trying. You gonna go through it. You better keep going. You better keep trying. I'ma keep fighting. I might lose today, but I ain't gonna lose tomorrow. I'ma keep going. I'ma keep going. Mama prepared me. She told me you gonna have to fight all the rest of your days of your life. I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna do it, but I'm prepared. I'ma throw the right. I'ma throw the left. I'ma throw the hook. They fall, but the enemy is gonna eventually start giving in. Come on, man. They're going to start giving in. And you ain't got
Right.
what?
But see, one thing I feel like is a lot of people, they start something and they fail. and they quit.
Come on, man.
So there's so many people who go out in the world. They have a dream. They have something big they want to do with their life, and they try to do it, but they fail easily. Like they don't get enough views. They don't get enough wins. They don't get enough sales, whatever it is, and they quit. And I feel like, what advice you have for people who quit too easily? Because I feel like a lot of people are missing their greatness because when the blessing finally came, the opportunity finally came, they quit too easily.
Man, you can't never give up, man. Tough times gonna make you. Tough times what made me. When people said certain things, when people gave up, when people doubted me, that made me go harder. Even I still think about that still to the day that made me more effective in everything I do. Even when I'm winning, I still got that little thought in my mind that people say you can't do it. And that's what keep me going. That's why I go to the gym 6 days, 7 days out the week, 2 times out the day, because it's something in my head that people doubted me that I use for positivity to feed off to keep going.
So you let the haters motivate you.
The haters motivate me, and that's why I'm going, and that's why I'm going to continue to keep going. That's why I ain't afraid to fail. I fell a lot. I failed myself when I stopped believing. I failed myself when I gave up on God. I failed myself when I didn't try to be the best father. I failed myself in so many ways. I failed myself. But that's why I changed everything about me, because I ain't going to never fail myself no more, because I found out who I am. See, when you find out who you is and your work ethic and what you and your grind and what you really able to do. See, people give up because they don't know who they really is. And they don't really know the superpower God gave them inside their heart, that mindset, that extra push. They never got to that limit. And before they get to that limit, they give up and not knowing God gave them an extra little boost in their heart to keep going.
So let me ask you this.
Talk to me.
What do you feel like is the worst failure you ever did?
Oh, my God. The worst failure I ever did? Wow, that's tough. Damn. The worst failure I ever did.
The biggest failure.
The biggest failure I ever did. Wow, D Phlo. Not show up to one of these football games. That was one of the biggest failures.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't have no choice. I had to go see my daddy in jail, and I had to go see him. But it was an opportunity for me to show up to one of the biggest football games ever. Yeah. And I missed it because I had to go see my dad.
And what benefit would you have? Were you playing in the game?
I was the star running back. I was the man. I was the captain. They missed me. My team lost by 6 points. And
was there people there watching?
Yeah, they was looking for me. High school recruits, high school people was there to look for me because
you were in middle school?
I was in middle school. That was one of the toughest games, one of the playoff games that they wanted to see me playing, to give me a lot of opportunity for different high school recruits out there in New Orleans, some of the top schools. So when I missed that game, a lot of them just looked at like, damn, why you didn't show up? Was it too much? Was he afraid? But it was cool, though. I wound up playing against the guys in high school. I wound up playing against them. And they know they felt my presence. So that was one of the biggest failures. I missed one of the most important games, but I made it up.
For your future.
For my future, most
definitely. That's crazy. So you say that, I'm going to go into something like that too.
What you did?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I was a wrestler. I played football my freshman year, but our team was so trash. We lost. We were JV. I was JV. We lost every fucking game, bro. So I'm like, listen, first I started off as safety, then I went to wide receiver. I'm like, bro, we lost every fucking game. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this losing shit. So I joined the wrestling team, right? And in my school, our wrestling team was fire. You know, they were like one of the best wrestling teams in the state.
Man, I could picture you with some wrestling knee pads on, man.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna wrestle a motherfucking thing, man.
Bro, let me put it like this. My first 2 years wrestling.
Man, you wrestle that girl, you wrestle your girl with the damn octopus, man. That shit dumb, man. You had people calling me, man, what's up with your homie, man? He a religion, he supposed to be a godly man. He throwing octopus on his girl. What's going on, man? I said, let me tell you something, man. I don't know what he got going on over there with the octopus. But man, listen, man, he still speak the word of God. But hey, man, you can't be doing that.
Enjoy your life. But that was crazy. But nah, I was a wrestler for sure, bro. And like,
You sure you wasn't the octopus, huh?
I was wrestling all kind of shit, all kind of octopus. But nah, like, so when I was a senior, I had an injury, right? So I was wrestling. I got the States, and the injury I had, I was wrestling the dude. He kept pushing on my injury and making it worse. You know, he noticed in my previous match that I had an injury, so he kept pushing my injury. So like, you know, so it made me bleed. I was bleeding. You know what I'm saying? So he's pushing my shit, making me bleed. So basically, you know, I got mad. The first time I let it slide. The second time because I was in better shape than him. He was getting tired. I wasn't. So basically, like, I ended up cussing him out. So like 2 different times in the match, I'm like, hey, bitch, back up. Like I told the ref, like, hey, pay attention. You know what I mean? And so I was cussing to the ref, and I lost 2 points. Mm-hmm. So if I would have won that match, I lost by 1 point at the end of the match. So basically, if I hadn't lost those 2 points, I would have won the match. And it was a tough match. I should have won it, but I lost my head, was cussing him out on the mat. So I got kicked, you know, so I lost state. So at the end of I got
disqualified.
Not disqualified, but just like eliminated. You know what I'm
eliminated.
saying? So after I got eliminated, I'm a senior, so I'm like, bitch, hell no. So I got mad. I tried to fight him on the mat because he was playing cheap. And they kicked me out of the school. They kicked me out of the whole tournament. You know what I'm saying? They kicked me out, escorted me out, and I ended up owing the school money for doing that. Because I flipped out the whole crowd like, well, fuck all y'all. You know what I mean? Like, I went off. I was a crazy teenager. So I got kicked out of the whole arena. So long story short, I had to pay the money. I had to pay the school $500 as a fine because I did that shit. They fined me. So I was like, I ain't paying y'all shit. So I ended up failing all my... And I was like a smart kid with like honors classes, like a high GPA. I was ready to go to college. If I would have won that match, I would have went into the finals. And if I would have went to the finals... I would have probably got first or second.
Got a scholarship.
And got a scholarship. You feel what I'm saying? So by me losing my head, because if I hadn't cussed, then I would have won the match, got a scholarship, my life would be different. But because I made that decision to go off and go crazy, not only did I not get a scholarship, I also, which were up north, like the wrestling schools were up north, like the good colleges. They were gonna ship me up there. Like they was watching me. And I fucked it up. So long story short, I ended up owing the school $500. I didn't pay them, so I ended up failing all my classes. Because if you don't pay your fine, you can't take your exams. So I never graduated from high school, bro. But I was one of those kids who was ready to go to college and had a good GPA. I didn't even go to college. I didn't even graduate, bro. I ended up getting my what is it called? GED. GED. I ended up getting my GED because
you wound up getting your GED.
Yeah, so I mean, I ended up doing it, but I could have. That was one of my biggest failures in life. Because if I would have went to college, who would I be? But you know what? I look at it like this.
Did you learn from that?
I don't think I would be who I am today. Now, I always look back at this time. Like that's
you
why
be pissed off about that?
I always look back and not even pissed off at it. I realized that if I would have went to college, I would have got a good job. And I would have been in the corporate world, work with somebody. I'd be making a lot of money,
But you wouldn't be who you is.
I wouldn't be who I am.
You wouldn't be feel free.
Yeah. I would be stuck in that job, just working for someone my whole life. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just not that person. Okay. So the point of this question is, that's what had to happen. You had to miss that game. Because if I would have had my head right, I would be a different person. And I wouldn't be on this amazing trajectory.
Yeah, we wouldn't be on this different type of platform.
I'm be honest with you. This shit ain't easy every day. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Maybe that life would have been easier, but I wouldn't have been who I was supposed to be.
Most definitely. Like I said, man, I count my good days and I count my bad days. And I appreciate all of the good days and all of the bad days. And one thing I don't beat myself up on what it could have been.
Right.
I appreciate what it is now. And what it is now, I appreciate that. And I ain't going to never stop. And I appreciate that. And I'm going to keep going. So we can't dwell on our old situation. We had a good woman. We did wrong. We fell short. We wasn't right. But we lost her. Now, guess what? It's somebody else out there for us. So don't beat yourself up if you lose something good because you wasn't ready or you made a wrong decision or a bad move. Move to the next person. Now you learn. So use every situation as a learning benefit and keep going.
When you take an L, you can either take a loss or a lesson. I feel like a lot of people spend their life so focused on money, focused on the grind, focused on getting it, that they don't have enough time to spend to enjoy their life. They're so busy just going out there, grinding, doing what they got to do. But do you feel like not enough people are enjoying their life enough?
A lot of people just focusing on the money and not focus on their life. Even with they getting to the money, but they not focusing on their health. That's very important. Money can't stop you from dying. Health could stop you from dying. It's very important. We can't just focus on getting to the money without focusing on our health. We really got to put our health more, focus on our health more than we put our focus on money. Money could buy us a lot of things, but money can't buy saving our life if our heart bad. If we don't work out, if we don't focus on bettering our eating, bettering our habit of being disciplined on the sugar intake, the calories, the fat, all that stuff help you. All that stuff go on to appreciate your life real fast. So we got to understand, though, get to the money, but focus on the health. That help is everything. You see the difference between Rick Ross, Kevin Gates, Moneybag, even Gunna. Gunna, one of the most biggest inspiration ever, because Ace Hood too, because they know health is everything.
Yeah.
Workout is everything. Workout is a mental health stabilizer for you. When they tell you take them pills, if you go work out, you don't need them pills, because you put in physically, mentally, emotionally work by pushing the weights up and down, running, consistency. So health is everything. So focus on the health and less on the money.
I agree, bro. So let me ask you this: if I were to give you $1 million today, would you take it?
It just depends. Did I put enough work in?
Well, if I told you there was no strings attached, I got $1 million for you. Here you go. Would you take it?
When I take it, I'm gonna ask God, is it good for me to take it?
Boy, if I told you that if I gave you $1 million, you would die tomorrow.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I say no.
Exactly. So the thing is that a lot of people don't realize that they would take $1 million today with no strings attached, but they would not take $1 million if it meant that they would die tomorrow.
Come on.
So what does that mean? It means that our life is worth more than $1 million. We don't realize that we really value our own life and our wellness and our health more than we do $1 million. There's nobody in the world, well, there's very few people in the world who would take $1 million today knowing they would die tomorrow. So the lesson is that we cannot, when we make decisions in life, the things we do, the things we eat, the way we live our life, our lifestyle, we got to realize that our life is our health. Our longevity in life
most definitely
is worth more than $1 million.
Most definitely. It's very important. And you need to realize that, man. You need to realize that. And that's one of the most important things. So focus on your health and not on your bag.
Yeah.
Your bag is all right, but your health is everything.
Right. So when it comes to God, do you feel like the world is moving in the right direction when it comes to building a relationship with God, or do you feel like the world is turning their way away from God more than ever?
The way times is and the way things going, to be honest with you, it's turning in the right way for God. Because back then when I was doing a motivation 3-4 years ago, nobody wanted to hear. The same videos that I'm putting out today is the same videos I did 3-4 years ago. But
same message.
The same message. God told me they might not be prepared and ready for it then, but I'm going to prepare them and be ready for it now. So the same messages I was doing then is the same messages I'm doing now. But the world turning. The world is turning. And see, when the world make a turn for the positivity, the negativity got to die. So the negativity people got to do one thing. Two things. They either going to die because they ain't willing to change, or they going to change for the better and be for all with God and the positivity. The world is changing. People that just be showing money, they going down. People that think money is everything, they going down. People that just speak about killing, going down. People that got all these nice things going down because they think it was just all for the wrong. Nobody thought to do right when they was doing all wrong, when they was getting good feedback.
Wow. That is so true. It does seem like that negativity is going down. And the fake shit, when it's not real and genuine, people know
fake
it.
Watches
like,
getting busted.
People know what's real and what's not real no more. They know what's good and what's bad, and people. I agree, and I'm actually amazed myself because you know what, I was doing positive content before, like a couple years ago, not getting a lot of feedback. But now that we're putting it out, people are gravitating towards it. So it goes to prove if someone were to ask, is people turning to God or is people turning to a positive mind state? The numbers show. You cannot lie. The numbers don't lie. Yeah. You see when people hit the like button, people comment. It shows that they are gravitating.
Shout out to everybody that comment on the videos and the love, man. You already know what we doing, man. We ain't gonna never stop. We gonna keep on feeding y'all spirit with the word and the positivity, man. I know one thing. There's a lot of people that want to give up. There's a lot of people that reach my DM, a lot of people that hit your DM. Mm-hmm. A lot of people ask me, man, just keep going. Please keep sending me these words. Please keep sending me the message. And I'm here to tell y'all, we going to keep feeding y'all. We going to keep giving it to y'all the way God laid it on my heart, the way God laid it on his heart. We going to keep giving it to y'all. Just do one thing for me. Don't never stop.
Don't never stop.
If
y'all want to reach out to us, you know, when we got the time, we definitely would like to help. That's what we do.
We always feed. I always give them good feedback. I always talk to them. Yeah. They be saying some crazy things, but I talk to them, man. They be having some sugar mamas. Some sugar mamas be saying, "Oh, you young man, you young."
Oh
kid.
Yeah, I don't get into that.
They say all kind of things, but I just tell them, may God bless you. I appreciate the love and keep on encouraging and keep on moving, man.
Right. So I feel like a lot of people out here are they never really prayed a lot in their life. You know, a lot of people are trying to turn to God, and they don't really know how. So look, I want you to do a demonstration on how somebody should pray to God, somebody who hasn't prayed to God in a while. And the reason why, because I want people to hear this, and I think that it's important for them to know, like, the right way to pray to God, and also how often you should pray to God.
Oh, man, let me tell you something. You should pray to God anytime and every time that you feel in need, anytime that you want to give thanks, anytime you just want to appreciate it, anytime you just want to appreciate life. It doesn't matter what time, a certain time, any place, anywhere, a certain place, a certain day, a certain time, that you should hit your knees and thank God. God is welcome. God is open. God never closed. God is looking. God is hearing. God appreciates any acknowledgement, any time, any place, anywhere, any situation, any circumstances, anywhere. But the proper way, it ain't no proper way to open your arms and hit your knees.
So what's your way?
My way.
Your way.
To surrender and opening my heart, just giving thanks to God. So I just opened my hands. Like you did. When we was in church, you had your hands like this. I said, man, what you holding, a baby? He was like, what? I said, man, you got to open your hand.
Okay.
See, when you extend your hand and open your hands, see, when you do this, you're opening your heart. And when you're opening your heart, you're surrendering. You're allowing God to enter your heart, into your spirit, touch all what's in here, and put something in it and turn it. And when he turn it, it's like a thermometer. See, when your heart cold and God go to turn it into warm temperature, then warm, then hot. See, you go to feeling the spirit, then you go to feeling the love, then you go to feeling the energy. See, right now your heart be cold, but when God go to turn in the thermometer, it's like when you walk in the house and it's hot, the first thing you say, turn on the temperature, turn on the AC. God got a way of turning on the AC. See, sometimes in your life it might be hot, it might be going through a situation, but God got a way of turning on that thermostat. See, when he turn on that thermostat, sometimes it be right there, but when it's starting to rise, when God blesses starting to open, when God's starting to elevate, when God's starting to hear you, when God's starting to answer your prayer, your thermostat doing like this because your life all over, your life is everywhere. You ain't shambles, you're going through the trials and tribulations, but when you trust and believe in God and you turn on the thermostat, God stop you from shaking. He go from here to here and here to here, here to here. Boy, come on now. I got that thermostat. God go to turn in your life. He go to warm in your heart. He go to show you what the prayers mean, what them things mean. Hit your knees and open your hand and surrender. God, I'm here. Let me show you, D Phlo. God, I'm here. God, I just want to say thank you. God, I just want to say thank you. God, you could have ended my life. God, you could have stopped me from breathing. God, you could have took my leg. God, you could have took my eye. God, you could have took my nose. God, you could have took my ears, but you kept on. You kept me with it. God, I didn't show up in the time you needed me. God, I let you down. God, I was a failure. God, I gave up on you. God, I didn't believe. God, I walked away. God, I was a backslider, but God, you never gave up. God, you always kept your hands open. God, you're a forgiving God. God, no matter all the wrong I did, you turned the wrong into good. God got a way of fixing anybody and everybody's life. No matter what you did, no matter how bad your background, no matter what you did, no matter who you hurt, no matter what you had to do to eat, no matter what you had to do to get to the next day, no matter what you had to do to survive. God is a forgiving God. Don't close the door on God because he's trying to do some things in your life. God forgave you. God forgive you. God will turn your life around. God turning life around. God, they believe. God, show them that you the greatest. Show them you the best. Show them ain't nobody better. God would do it. God would do it. God would do it. He did it for me. He'll do it for you. He did it for D Phlo. He'll do it for you. Ain't none of us better than you. None of us better than you. None of us better than you. God, change it for the better. God, we winning. God, thank you for not giving up. God, thank you. Oh my God, thank you for not giving up and being a forgiving God.
All right. We'll see you on the next episode.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
God, dog.